You see, this is how we know David Cameron is a complete and utter lying piece of scum. When he's given a speech or being interviewed, his chubby little spam face comes across as being honest, as being sincere, as though he is a man who wants to do the right thing. And if you spend your time only watching the mainstream media, then you'll be fooled into thinking that this man, this spam-faced man, is telling the truth. Last week, David Cameron warned the United Nations that he was going to eradicate violent extremists, and even went as far as to say that basically, if you disagree with the government's official version of 9/11 and 7/7, but are non-violent, then you're just as dangerous as a murdering terrorist who behead people, because according to spam-faced Dave, it's the non-violent people who radicalise the people to go and chop people's heads off. But what Dave spam-face didn't say, for all his "we have to stop terrorism" and for all his bemoaning of people being radicalised in Britain, he didn't say that since Barack Hussein Obama, since Obama started bombing alleged ISIS targets, the bombing that the UK have voted overwhelmingly to join, since the beginning of the bombing, over 6,000 new recruits have joined ISIS. So, we spend millions to extradite Abu Hamza because we're scared he might radicalise a few Muslims. How many? 3, 4? And then he's found not guilty of terrorism charges in Jordan. We also arrested Arjun Chowdhury the other day, having been given as much mainstream media television time as he could cope with. We arrested him because he radicalised a couple more people. So when the fuck are we going to start arresting and charging Obama and Cameron with terrorism charges for radicalising 6,000 people in just a few short weeks? Cameron and Obama are so much more dangerous to our way of lives than Hookman and Channel 4's radical cleric of choice, Arjun Chowdhury. Why have we got no one in government apart from a couple people who can see this? It's not rocket science.
This will not be solved. Every matter will be made worse. Extremism will spread further and deeper around the world, just like happened as a result of the last Iraq war. The people outside can see it, but the fools in here who draw a big salary and big expenses cannot or will not see it.
Oh, I forgot. Gogglebox is on, isn't it? And that's really funny, apparently. So we can't look at anything else apart from wait for that to come on. People watching TV. Fuck off, is it funny? It's pathetic, but as long as people have dumbed-down television shows to watch, our government will get away with dumbed-down arguments. Oh, bad man must kill. We have simply no idea what we're doing in the Middle East. They may talk a good game, but seriously, they haven't got a fucking clue. Last year, our government forced a vote to support the rebels in Syria. Those rebels were ISIS. Now, we're fighting ISIS a year later. We honestly don't have a clue what we're doing. We don't have an initial plan, let alone a fucking exit plan. Just imagine how many people Obama and Cameron will have personally radicalised with their bombing and ground invasion that is about to come in about 3 years' time. Tens of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people, who knows? The sky's the limit with these fuckers. Obama and Cameron are the best ISIS/Al-Qaeda recruiters in history. Fact. David Cameron and Obama are frauds. They're lying, cheating, warmonger scumbags who only want perpetual war. It isn't funny. We have to cut the welfare system by 25 billion, but we can find all the money we need to drop bombs on brown people in a far-off country. ISIS have just released a video showing the alleged beheading of Alan Henning. Again, if this video is real and Mr. Henning has been killed, then it is an absolute disgrace. My heart goes out to their family. Someone asked me the other day why ISIS released these videos. I said, 1, it gives Obama and Cameron the license and the support to bomb them. 2, this bombing will lead to regime change in Syria, just wait and see. And 3, the bombing is also the best recruitment arm ISIS could ever wish for. The army spent almost £2 million wanting to recruit 11,000 new army reservists. So far, they've recruited less than 100. But look how effective Cameron and Obama have been in recruiting troops for ISIS. Our army could certainly learn a thing or two. If we're going to be moralistic about bombing groups who behead people, as Cameron and Obama are certainly trying to be, then at the very least we need to be consistent. Why are we not bombing Saudi Arabia? They've beheaded about 60 people this year for reasons ranging from adultery, sorcery and witchcraft. That's what, 15 times more than ISIS? Why are we not bombing Saudi Arabia? And what makes it worse with Saudi Arabia is that sooner or later the 28 censored pages of the 800 pages of the 9/11 Commission report, a report I might add that 7 out of the 10 commissioners who wrote the fucking thing said it was bullshit, well they're going to come out and they will show that Saudi Arabia ran the operation along with other state players such as America's best chum, Israel. The whole scenario is a fucking illusion. Oh, don't get me wrong, there are real people wanting to kill people, but we have created them and we have let them loose. Nothing is like what the man on the telly says so. After all, we were told the first beheading of James Foley was fake. Is any of it real? If there really was a will to stop ISIS, then we would need to cut off its funding. So, as this article in the Telegraph suggests, Saudi Arabia and Qatar are both funding ISIS, so let's bomb the fuck out of them, shall we? Break the ISIS funding mechanism. This will eventually destroy the terror network, and as that annoying meerkat would say, simples. But of course we aren't going to do that because Saudi Arabia and Qatar are our friends and are doing as they are told by continuing to deliver the money and weapons that America and NATO supply them to ISIS. It really is a surreal situation. And why aren't we looking to bomb Hong Kong and support the pro-democracy demonstrators there, like we did in Libya and wanted to in Syria and other places around the world? Come on, Cameron and Obama, I want to hear you call for airstrikes on the pro-democracy people in Hong Kong to save them. Consistency is all I ask. Everything Obama and Cameron say about the war on terror is a fucking lie. Thinking people know it's a lie. Cameron and Obama play on the majority of the population being completely fucking ignorant assholes. Gogglebox watching ignorant fools do not prove them right. We can't just keep bombing people we don't like and expect no comeback whilst arming and funding them. We have been bombing with drones for years. Obama's been killing innocent people since the first day he got in office. ISIS are using weapons supplied by America via Qatar and Saudi Arabia, and the West's power structure know exactly what they're doing. How long can they cling to power before we have our Ceausescu moment over in the West and hang these fuckers for creating a hell on earth? And for what? A few extra quid? The hope of enslaving us all so they can rule us all? Get this, guys, enslavement at home is never going to happen. This isn't going down the way you expect it. You forget, the police, the military, all have families. You think they're going to stand by and watch as you enslave their family and their friends, and all because you funded, armed and trained mad Islamists and let them loose? We know who created ISIS, and you will be held to justice. Your New World Order is simply dead on arrival. You just cannot see it yet. Obama should be ordered to give back his laughable Nobel Peace Prize. He truly has been a pathetic leader. He should be in a new YMCA video rather than the leader of the once free United States of America. Did you catch this article a while ago? White House, Obama aiding world tranquility. This is how fucking deranged they think people are. Obama bragged he's really good at killing people. He kills one bad guy for about every 50 innocent people with drones, anywhere in the world he chooses. He will blow up a wedding party because there might be a so-called terrorist there killing loads of innocent people. But apparently, he's making the world a more tranquil place. Bullshit. Can someone explain the difference between death by drone or death by beheading? Death is death, isn't it? The man is an utter disgrace of a human being, just like Cameron. They will not get away with what they have done. Wake up, people.